Are you loving it outside? You are, aren't you? I gave you some corn and some strawberries and a couple cherry tomatoes. Let me see here. The cherry tomatoes. There's a little bit of strawberry. And of course some corn. They're not quite sure about everything. They seem to like the strawberries the best though. But it's just not the same. It's not the same as their little feed, their crunchy feed. But that perch is made of the same stuff that's in their little brooder, their PortAPetty. So they're used to the width, and there's more room, of course, probably twice as much room. And as they get bigger, they'll fill that up just fine. I think 4 in here is really good. And here's why. So you can see where I had moved it from right here yesterday back here. So it didn't leave too much. I had given them some beet leaves. Or I'm sorry, those were radish. It looks like they ate most of the leaves, which is good. I'll throw those in the compost. But this area here is kind of bare anyway. But you can definitely see that there's a line right there. And I'll move this out of the way. And get a better look. So that's one day. I think that will be great. I think mostly it's just kind of packed down. I don't really think that they're eating a lot of stuff, but you know, maybe. And then over here it always gets more lush because there's a lot more stuff. But and you can see this is just kind of a bare area of the yard to begin with. So it'll be interesting to see what they do on something like this. And maybe I'll move it over here tomorrow and we'll check back in a couple days to see just how much that see, there's still a lot of kind of, it's not really all bare. There's just dead leaves and debris in there. So we'll see how that goes, but right now this is working great. There, my compost bin I need to pull that off. But they would rather have their feed than anything new. They kind of look at this, these veggies as they're not really sure what to make of them. In fact, it was funny. Yesterday, I should have videoed it, but I was just kind of too busy laughing at them. I threw the tomatoes in there, the 3 cherry tomatoes. And, no on the corn. And they flocked up there on the perch like they were afraid of them. So I took a stick and I smushed them. And, they still haven't really touched them. They just kind of disintegrated into the grass, but that's okay. When I move this, the squirrels and everything else, possums and whatnot, will come around and they'll eat whatever remaining scraps there are. But I received the attachments for the new feeders, and I received the trim pieces for the chicken coop today, and I should get the containers for the new food and water and the watering nipples in later today as well. So that'll be good. They really like that little perch. They like being able to see out. Sometimes they like to peek underneath there. It's cute. Yeah, as they get bigger, I think this is great for 4 birds. And I was talking to somebody today, like, you know, that needs to be cleaned out, but there's their little perch. And I've just been transferring their food and water over here to it. So this is what I got. It's a little tea, and it's going to go in this crack along here. And each of these I can lift them up. I can put a screwdriver under there and lift them up enough to where it'll slide in. But this will be wide enough, for instance, even to cover just that little bit of a gap. So I'm not worried about that. And it should come down and cover up these screw heads too. Let's see. If I put that in the middle. Yep, it looks like it might just cover the screw heads. It might not go all the way over them, but that'll be nice. What I've done here is, I don't know if you can see, but I notched out the T in the middle of there along the seam, and I notched it out around here and here, and that's actually surprisingly strong. I've been on the other side to push these in this way, and I don't know if I can get underneath there and show you, but I'll try. I kind of have this halfway off on one side, and there's just enough room. Hold on. Okay, we made it inside. You can see this is pushing up against that plastic on the outside. And I'll just make sure that, you know, that there's a little bit of a gap, just like right here, so that when I put the plastic on the inside here too, that it holds on well. And I'm just using these screws, and then I'm making like 2 more screw holes in here to hold everything tight. And I hope that I have enough to go around on the inside, but I'm going to do the outside first. And I haven't decided if this is going to stay here or not. It's probably going to be pushed back. I'm really trying to visualize how it is that this is going to work. I would turn the camera around, but I have that big sty in my eye, and it's draining, and it's all puffy and ugly because, you know, anyway, so it's coming along. It's coming along. Looking down the line here, you can see it's not exactly straight. These 2 screws that I put in here, the plastic was up a little bit higher. You can see it's really maybe 1/8 of an inch there, and there I probably have a good 1/4 of an inch. So it's not exactly straight, but you know, it's part of the learning curve of how it is that this is going to work. But I'm liking the looks of it. It's looking good. I'm excited. I also just got in the watering nipples and this feeder kit. So this is where the chickens will put their head in. That will come out. And I'm going to use these little containers right here. So that will get plugged into the side right there. And maybe right there. And those. And then they'll have a feeder and a water